If there's anything I could say to Elizabeth Haysom, I suppose it is that if she really felt as guilty about all this as she now claims she does, then she should tell the truth about what happened on that night. Because if she did, I would walk out of prison.
But to the men who worked so long to bring Yen Soering to justice, the identity of the real killer of Derek and Nancy Haysom is a closed case.
Yen Soering maintains now that he did not do the murders, and that, in fact, Elizabeth did them and he stayed behind in Washington. I don't believe that for 1 minute.
No person will ever convince me, ever, that Yen Soering didn't commit those murders. Not at all.
I think in Yen Soering's heart of hearts and mind of mind, I think he has convinced himself that he did not commit these murders. I really think that.
Perhaps the only mystery that remains is how a teen romance could turn into something so sinister and ruin so many lives.
I think Yen's had it in him to kill. I think maybe just humans do. Maybe they're born with it. And she lit the fuse.
Body of evidence next.
The Donna Callahan case was a very different type of case for me. Profilers usually work on cases where there's a body, where there's a crime scene, but in this case we didn't have that. We didn't have a body, we didn't have any evidence, we didn't have any witnesses.
A woman vanishes in Gulf Breeze, Florida, and no one knows how or why.
In this case, all we had was a woman who went to work and didn't come home.
Gulf Breeze is a sleepy beach town near Pensacola, Florida, where the blue water and white sand entice tourists from around the globe. It is one of the reasons 29-year-old Donna Callahan moved there with her young daughter. Her marriage had recently ended, and according to her father, Bob Cicino, Donna saw a future for herself in Gulf Breeze.
She thought she was going to better herself. And she got a job in a convenience store. And she worked there for about a year, 2 years. And it turned out to be disaster.
One night, Donna is working the night shift at the convenience store on Highway 98, while Santa Rosa County Lieutenant Mitch Tomlinson is driving his regular beat and making his usual checks of local businesses.
It was pretty much a normal night, a patrol, routine calls, that type of thing. I'd been by the store and had checked on Donna earlier during the evening.
But a short time later, Lieutenant Tomlinson gets a call from dispatch telling him to check on the store where Donna works. The night alarm has not been set at closing, and no one is answering the phone. But when Tomlinson goes back, he finds nothing out of the ordinary.
Everything in that store was just like you would walk right into a store doing business every day. It was just like, well, I know she's got to be here. She must be in the back somewhere because everything looks perfectly normal.
But Donna is not in the back. And for Lieutenant Tomlinson, something does not add up.
You know, I've worked many other cases where there are robberies or snatch and grabs, and there's always some kind of a sign to let you know something's occurred. And there was nothing in this case, other than the fact that Donna was missing.
When Donna does not return home that night, her baby is taken to a friend's house. And when morning comes and there is still no sign of her, local law enforcement mounts a massive search for the missing woman. Had she been kidnapped? Or was it possible there were things in Donna Callahan's life that made her decide to leave it all behind? It is up to FDLE Special Agent Ray Dial to find out.
When you find a crime scene and everything is in perfect order, the person is just gone, then of course you have to consider her personal life. Did she just leave and run away? Was she unhappy at home? Was she cohabitating? Was she married? And from that you begin to try to build and make some logic out of what happened to her and why she just disappeared.
But days after she goes missing, investigators are no closer to finding out whether she left on her own or whether someone took her against her will.
The role of profilers in the criminal investigation is to look at the crime scene and the body and then discuss with the investigators what they think happened, why they think it happened, and what type of person would do that particular type of crime. What was so important about this investigation is that you did not have the body and there wasn't a crime scene to view.
But there's other things that we can do. We can look at other unsolved cases throughout the state, throughout the region, throughout the country. We can look at cases that may be similar.
In this case, Special Agent Hinman starts by reading the missing persons report to get a sense of what kind of person Donna Callahan is and what kind of life she was leading. And when she is finished, Special Agent Hinman is sure of one thing: Donna did not run away.
This was absolutely, positively a case where someone kidnapped her and took her from this store. She was a very devoted mother. She was a very responsible individual. She always had a wonderful relationship with her daughter, and she always called her mother and father. There's no way in the world that Donna Callahan would have just run away.
Special Agent Hinman knows they are dealing with a kidnapping. The next step is to find out who took her and why. Coming up on Body of Evidence, Special Agent Hinman heads to Pensacola to work the case, and a promising suspect emerges.